Juan, it's been 11 months since we last saw you step in the cage and compete, man. Is it just long overdue? Are you excited to finally be
recording in progress?
Yeah, man, it's been a long time. I'm super excited to get back. You know, it wasn't by choice, unfortunately. It was just being told that I was waiting for the Grand Prix, and you know, a lot of the bantamweight top contenders were matched up, so I had to wait my turn. And the worth was definitely the weight was definitely worth the wait, I guess. I had all my stuff, whatever, but you know what I mean.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And is it any more difficult, right? Like if you were coming off a win or something, they said, hey, sit around, but to be coming off a loss, like, is it tough? Does it kind of sit in your head for a while, or was that something that you were able to overcome that mental hurdle?
Yeah, I mean, I came to the top of the mountain, right? And to have it come tumbling down in one night, all the hard work and everything I've put in to the sport, not just myself, my family, my coaches, and things like that. It was devastating, you know, and then to have to be sidelined that long. I was actually going to be sidelined till the end of June, I believe, and having to fight Magomedov, which, again, you know, I didn't mind. I was like, I'll fight whoever. And so, you know, Sergio getting hurt was definitely a blessing in disguise because I was ready to get back in. But, yeah, I mean, losing and then sitting down and waiting, I didn't let it, you know, process too much. I got right back to the gym. Coach Paul and Tiki Gosen really spent a lot of time with me, getting better, sharpening up a lot of tools that I already have, and just bringing it all back together. And then working with the training lab, Sam Calavita, just constantly working on my strength and conditioning to be prepared for what I am now.
And so, you know, you get the news that Sergio's out. Was this something that you kind of raised your hand for? Did Bellator come to you and say, hey, like, we want you to move up, or kind of how did that whole thing work out?
Yeah, I think they just knew my eagerness and willingness to fight. And so, you know, him getting pulled out, I mean, obviously Raufeon was in line for the title fight, which was righteous, right? He's been coming off some great wins, and the next best person, which is myself, the #1 seed, to step in. And this is a title fight. This is the best title fight you can make in the division. This is probably who I would have been fighting, if not Horiguchi, for one of my title defenses. So this being the title is correctly made by Bellator.
You guys both have great records, obviously, but he's 17-1. He hasn't lost in Bellator yet. So do you feel like he's a puzzle that you've solved, you know, in your studies of him, and kind of what are you expecting to be able to kind of take advantage of when you guys get in there?
Yeah, I think both of us, you know, we're definitely willing to bring a fight, and you know, we're two fan favorites that come in and fight, and we're definitely putting everything on the line to win this title for our families and to win this Grand Prix. I'm expecting the best Raufeon come fight night, and he better be expecting the best of me, because I'm coming in and I know I'm going to be walking out the champ. I've put in too much damn work this time. I've done everything. I've turned every stone that was in front of me to make sure that there was none left unturned. You know, I found out my way, and I continue to find my way, and I'm going to continue to find my way, and I'm going to be champion come fight night.
When you went back and kind of studied that fight that you had against Pettis, what kind of adjustments did you make, and do you feel like if you guys meet again, those things that you were able to identify, you can change the second time around? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, always learning from your fights and your losses is huge. And then, you know, he did a great job on taking away my tools right away in the first round. And so, you know, broken foot, broken hand in the first 2 minutes of the fight, you know, definitely nullifies your offense. And that's where I was following up short on a lot of my combinations and a lot of my shots. But, you know, he had a great night. Props to him. But it's definitely going to be a different tone come fight night when I fight him again.
Hi, Juan, over here. Entering this fight, you know, with winning this tournament, winning the interim title, beating all these guys, these top contenders in the division, would you see yourself as a real bantamweight champion over Sergio Pettis, or do you think you need to prove that against Sergio Pettis in the title unification bout?
Come Saturday night, I am going to be Bellator's new bantamweight champion, no matter what. They're going to put the belt on me. They're going to say, "and new bantamweight Bellator or bantamweight champion," and that's going to be that.
Mm-hmm. And Raufeon Stots, you know, he hasn't been short on the mic. You know, he's been calling you mentally weak, just an excuse machine. What do you have to say about all of that?
Hey, listen, all these things this guy's calling me, he's a bully. You know, that's all I got to say. He's a guy that I definitely don't want my kids or any of my family members looking up to, because that's just the definition of a bully. And today's day and age, too many people get away with running their mouth, and you know, just like Mike Tyson last night, got to beat the hell out of someone for pestering him, and that's going to come fight night. I'm going to do the same to Raufeon.
On the other side of the bracket, you have guys like Kyoji Horiguchi, Patchy Mix, who really wants to fight you. On that side of the bracket, is there a certain name that stands out above the rest, and who you will face in the finals?
I definitely want the best guy winning, and that's going to come towards the finals when it comes that time. But right now, I have a hell of an opponent in front of me, and I'm putting all my focus and all my eggs into this basket.
Hey Juan, Jerry Wilson over here. Welcome to Hawaii.
Thank you.
How excited were you about the call to get a shot for the Grand Prix in Hawaii? Like,
I mean, it beats the hell out of going back to Connecticut, right, for the 4th straight time. I mean, hell, I hate going to that place now. I mean, I love it, but I hate it, right? And I was told I was fighting in Hawaii, so I had promised my kids a Hawaiian trip. And so, you know, when I found out I wasn't fighting in Hawaii, I said, well, they better be having 2 damn tournament fights in Hawaii, because you guys promised me Hawaii. And then, fortunately enough, you know, my faith in God and everything going forward, this opportunity presented itself, and I'm blessed to be here.
So after your fight, then, are you going to get to spend a couple days here with the family and such?
Yeah, I'm going to be here for 2 weeks. So any Hawaiians that want to take me out, show me around, I'm looking to island hop and see some awesome things, see some cool native, you know, cultural grounds and things like that. I've already visited a few, and it's been, you know, definitely eye-opening.
Being a former champion, do you feel disrespected at all with the odds makers being almost a 2-to-1 underdog?
I didn't even know I was an underdog. That's how much I give a shit about the odds makers. They could all suck it, right? So fuck them. They do what they do, and they could all suck it again. And come fight night, we're going to see, you know, a lot of people are going to make a lot of money come fight night.
I know you said you had a great camp. You're feeling great. Do you have a prediction for this fight? And
my prediction, every prediction for my fights is 25 minutes of nonstop action. That's what I guarantee the fans every time I step into that cage. Of, you know, I have a lot of views on my previous fights because people like watching me fight. If you go to my Bellator YouTube page and subscribe and continue to look at fights on their YouTube channel, you'll continue to see that one of my profiles, probably one of the highest viewed profiles, because I love to fight.
That's awesome. It's true. I'm a fan over here. What's your walkout song this weekend, and why?
They're going to have to see it, but it's definitely more cultural towards my Hispanic side. So, you know, I love coming out. I love paying homage to my culture. You know, I know Raufeon, once again, being the bully that he is, tries to clown on that. But, hey, pick your culture, and I'll stick with pick on representing and paying homage to your culture. I'm going to pay homage to my culture my certain way, just like a beautiful job that Elimelech McFarland does for her culture.
That's awesome to hear. I'm Hawaiian as well, so I love the fact that you're representing your culture.
Yeah, thank you.
And thanks for your time, Juan.
Thank you.
Max?
Hi Juan, would you mind if I make this question in Spanish?
Not particularly, no, but I'll try.
Hola Juan, soy Max Morales de MMA Pit y pues hemos visto en redes sociales que eres bastante abierto acerca de querer representar tus banderas españolas y mexicanas. ¿Nos podrías hablar un poco acerca de tus raíces y de cómo te inspiran al subir a la jaula?
Can you speak about your background as a Hispanic and how that motivates you?
Yeah, you know, growing up, it was honestly frowned upon for my parents and my grandparents to speak to us in Spanish, so that's why I know very little. I've been studying my, you know, cultural roots, but, you know, we come from a time where Mexicans continue to, you know, look down upon. If you were speaking Spanish, they were, you know, basically throwing stuff at. So, you know, to be able to pay homage to my family members that, didn't get to represent who they were. That's why I step into every fight night, every fight camp, knowing that I'm paying homage for my culture, for my Mexican side of my family and my Spanish side of my family, to go in there and just show true culture, you know, and show that it doesn't matter who you are. I'm American first and foremost, but the best part about being American is I get to pick and choose to represent what I believe in who I am and what I represent, and that's being a Hispanic athlete.
Next question from Dylan. Dylan. Kyle.
Hey Juan, this is Kyle from the Going Live Network. You know, we always love seeing you fight, so you know, no wonder you have so many views. I know you're focused on the bantamweight title, getting that right now, but before you mentioned you want to get several different titles and divisions. Is that still what you see your legacy as, being a featherweight and lightweight champ as well?
Of course, that's my legacy. Before I came in here, and when I leave this sport, that's going to continue to be my legacy of taking any fight that's willing to present itself. I jump on every opportunity. You know, that's why it's laughable when Raufeon tries to call me an excuse machine. It's because if you look at my resume, I've signed in every dotted line that I fought. So him backtracking, and you know, he's just, like I said, it's just insecurities that he has, not wanting to jump up to featherweight or not wanting to jump up to lightweight to fight me. On the other hand, shoot, I'll fight Benson Henderson if you wanted to fight. I tried to fight Roger Huerta, but Bellator told me to slow down and stay in 145. I mean, I would fight these guys just because I want those legacy fights.
If you win this whole thing, would you immediately want to rematch Pettis or go straight back to 45?
Well, if I'm the heir of the throne, right, I definitely have to defend it against the righteous owner, which is Sergio Pettis right now. He's hurt. He got sidelined, and when he comes back, unfortunately, I'm the interim champion. He's the real champion. So whoever wins this this tournament, which is, I know it's going to be me, we're definitely going to have to run it back, and I get my redemption shot. Then after that, you know, looking for my redemption shot with the Pitbull.
Next question from Adrian.
Hey Juan, when Haraguchi originally won the belt, you cut that great promo on him, and ever since that time, I was waiting for this fight to happen. How excited are you for it to finally be happening?
Yeah, it's very exciting. I'm here. I'm willing, ready to fight, and ready to put on the best performance of my life come fight night.
Michael.
Hey Juan, this is Michael from LLO. I wanted to ask, what challenge or challenges you face, you know, close to this fight, both physically and mentally?
Thankfully, how strong my training staff is. You know, in Sam Calavita at the training lab, we go through some very gruesome training sessions where we don't have time to wonder and see if we're going to win this fight or not. We know we're going to win this fight because how hard we put in the work, you know. So, you know, like I said, I have very few in between losses. So, you know, and that's due to the talented work of Sam Calavita and being able to show what Paul Herrera and Tiki Gosen is going to be adding to this camp. Being able to come fight night and show that, I'm truly honored.